How's everybody doing today? Can I get an oh yeah? Can I get an oh yeah again? Hey, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing on today? Yeah, man. We in here, ladies and gentlemen. We're in here once again. I do this. I gotta re-record this because I did something yesterday, but that's cool. We're gonna do it again today. Listen, gentlemen, how's everybody doing? Listen, gentlemen. I am the great one. Just call him 1247 or 12 for short. 12 for short. How's everybody doing? This is the great one on YouTube. Hey, listen. People, please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And please donate to my Cash App and PayPal. If you don't mind, please donate to the Cash App and PayPal. Any little bit helps. I appreciate anybody. You know, we're upgrading facilities. We're doing some things. I'm doing some things over here. And your donations will be greatly appreciated. Anyways, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it today. All right, gentlemen. Middle class Superman versus everybody. Can I get an oh yeah? Oh yeah. The middle class Superman versus everybody. Gentlemen, you gotta understand, gentlemen. It's time for you gentlemen to 100% know your worth right about now. You gentlemen, let's rewind that. You gentlemen, as of today, August 16, 2023, you gentlemen need to know your worth like right about now. Because gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, man, it's you know, I found this clip right here. It's a little disturbing to me because it's like you got men in your so-called community who absolutely despise you, gentlemen. It's always the middle class guys. It's always the middle class men. Why do these men who are on the so-called, you guys are in a different bracket, you know, you making your, you know, 6 figure, 7 figure, 8 figure, whatever you're making, you guys, you got your money. Why do you feel that you need to talk about men in the middle class? That, for the life of me, I don't understand that. You gentlemen, you guys, you Steve Harveys of the world. There's another guy I'm about to play right here, another one who's made, you know, millions of dollars and all that good stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, my good friend. But what's the point of you talking about middle class men who are going their own way? Middle class men who are saving themselves, middle class men who are getting passports and doing whatever they want to do. What's the problem? This is why I tell you, gentlemen, as of today, you gentlemen are going to have to make a decision what you're going to do with yourselves. Because I'm letting you know right now, gentlemen, you sticking around in some community, gentlemen, it's not going to be good for you. I'm telling you this right now. All this black manosphere stuff and all this, you know, calling women German shepherds and all that stuff. Listen, that's about to cease and desist really, really soon. Really, really, really soon. But once again, let me play this clip for you, gentlemen. Let's listen to it. Just this young man talking about Kevin Samuels, right? Talking about Mr. Kevin Samuels, right? Let's play it real quick. My bad. Hold on a second. Let me pause the music right quick, man. We gotta listen to this, gentlemen. This right here is crazy. Let's listen to it. My bad. Here we go. Right here.
Bury the ghost of Kevin Samuels with Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was a terrorist.
Kevin Samuels was a terrorist. See what I'm saying, gentlemen? One man, remember, you know, Black Manosphere stuff and men empowerment has been going on for way before Kevin Samuels even showed up on the scene. But this brother talking about Kevin Samuels was a terrorist. Let's keep going.
The family dynamic, to the family structure, he was a terrorist. He convinced weak men to be weaker men.
Once again, this man doesn't know you from a can of paint. You know, his name is Yada YADA Awakening on Instagram, TikTok. I believe he's on Instagram, TikTok, YADA Awakening. Right? Now this man has done some remarkable things, you know, with the sea moss and the herbals and the herbs. You know, he's gone around the world and he's made you know, elixirs and things of that nature to heal people's bodies and stuff like that. Cool, my friend. That's your lane. But what does your lane have to do with Kevin Samuels? See what I'm saying? See, you gentlemen need to stay in your own lanes. Kevin Samuels stayed in his lane. If you'd have known the history of Kevin Samuels came out preaching to brothers about empowerment first before he got to the women. He did that for a couple of years. You talking about men empowerment and colognes and what you should wear and this, that, and the third. I mean, he was men empowerment for quite a few quite a few years before he switched over and jumped on the ladies. Come on, man. But this man is already calling you weak. Men who listen to Kevin Samuels are weak men. You were already weak, but you listen to Kevin Samuels made you weaker. See, that's why I say you middle class gentlemen, you guys are Supermans. I tell people all the time. See, when people talk about you, that means they admire you. When people talk about you, that means they admire you. Kevin Samuels puts, you know, you men were weak. Once again, how many times have we heard this, gentlemen? Brothers, how long have you heard this? You gentlemen, we're weak and 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 you're this and you're that. You're weak. You're nothing. You're this. Once again, here it goes back to the worth. So you got a man who you got. I played you clips of women talking about they don't like your worth. Now you got a man sitting here, basically saying the same thing. Kevin Samuels was a terrorist because he gave you weak men life. He gave you weak men hope. Instead of saying Kevin Samuels, he building up brothers. Nah, Kevin Samuels just made weak men even weaker. See? This is what I'm saying, gentlemen. You think you gentlemen think you're gonna build something? You got men who think like this. You got women who don't want you knowing your worth. I played how many clips? I'm probably about to play it again. You got women out here that don't want to know your worth, and you got men in the same community automatically calling you weak because you know your worth once again. So the women, one lady talking about some you men who are responsible, got your entrepreneur, got your education, you men are lame. I play other clips, women talking about in your community, talking about some, I don't want you, who taught you men your worth? You got another girl in the car talking about some men who know the worth. They're not gonna play games. They're gonna cut you off this, that, and the third. Once again, here we go, gentlemen. This is what you got to deal with. You middle class brother. I'm talking about the 25% of you gentlemen. You gentlemen had to figure out what you're gonna do with yourselves, man. Seriously, you gentlemen, if you're married, you're here in the United States, gentlemen, you're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna move now. Because you got men like this talking a whole bunch of crazy stuff about Kevin Samuels. I mean, come on, man. The Kevin Samuels is a terrorist. Now, once again, I'm prior military, so calling somebody a terrorist is a serious thing. My friend, you never seen a terrorist a day in your life. You don't know what a terrorist is. You never fought against any type of terrorism. How is a man on a computer, the man that has his camera and his microphone speaking to thousands and maybe millions of people, a terrorist, my friend? Does that make any sense? Do you know what terrorism is? Do you know what serious? You guys need to look up words before you say words. Terrorism has nothing to do with being on a computer speaking words. No, sir, that has to do with physical violence. If somebody is terrorizing the neighborhood, somebody is physically doing something. It's not sitting behind a computer screen talking to people on the internet that causes you to be a terrorist. Kevin Samuels is a terrorist. Okay, was Kevin Samuels outside? Was Kevin Samuels outside just huh? That's what terrorists do. Huh? Kevin Samuels outside. Hey, you looked at me wrong? That's what terrorists do, my friend. Once again, you guys caught terrorists? How is somebody a terrorist because they're talking to a bunch of people on the internet? You're a terrorist? And your terrorism caused these weak men who are automatically weak to be weaker. See what I'm saying, gentlemen? You gentlemen have to make your choices today. Like, what you gonna do? Because this right here is where excuse me, is where the community is going to. You got these. Once again, I'm not gonna call it. I'm not gonna say because I can sit here and call this man, this young brother. Once again, accomplished and everything. But young brother, you crossed over into a lane that you were never supposed to cross into. You came into the crossfires. I don't know why. You trying to play the Steve Harvey role. Nobody's listening to Steve Harvey's. Nobody's listening to you, my friend. Keep making your elixirs. Keep making your healthy sea moss and all the other stuff. Keep winning your awards, my friend. You're doing a great thing. Why, God's name, you feel like you got to double back to the middle class man, and I'm gonna give you a piece of my mind. You sound, my friend, you sound stupid. You sound silly. You're a smart guy, but you sound silly saying these idiotic statements. This is what's going to make your credibility go down the drain. See, you were doing good until you start making these silly statements, my friend. You making these silly statements and you putting it on the internet is going to make your product go down the drain. My friend, jump out. Whatever boat these women in the community, they're trying to send you down river, dude. They're trying to send you down river to Niagara Falls. They're trying to send you down Niagara Falls. My friend, you about to crash and you about to burn real fast. Don't do it. Don't do this to your legacy, my friend. Don't do this to your legacy. Don't talk about no Kevin Samuels. Once again, the man is gone, and you talking about he's a terrorist. Man, hold up a second. Hold on. You know what? You guys know me. You guys know me. Check this out, man. Right. So let's right. Terrorism. Let's go back to my screen. Let's look these words up. Right. I don't like just talking, just to be talking. Let me share my screen. All right. Let me share my screen. Here we go. This word is once again
Terrorism.
terrorism. The unlawful use of violence. Oh Lord. Kevin Samuels was a terrorist. But terrorism says the unlawful use of violence and intimidation. So what Kevin Samuels was saying was an unlawful use of violence and intimidation. So it's not just intimidation, but there's a violent aspect that goes with it. So what part of Kevin Samuels sitting in his home on in front of a camera talking to thousands, maybe millions of people, what does that have to do? So him talking to people is unlawful use of violence and intimidation? Because once again, this is
Terrorism.
terrorism, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims. And this is
terrorism,
terrorism. Once again, I went to Iraq to fight against terrorism because you had people that were using unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aim. So once again, sir, Kevin Samuels was doing this. This is what Kevin Samuels was doing. The unlawful use of violence. So I've never heard of Kevin Samuel using unlawful use of violence against any type of civilian, any type of intimidation. It says violence and intimidation. So it's not just intimidation. So once again, you get into your little feelings. Terrorism is an unlawful use of violence and intimidation. So it's not this or that. No, it's this and that. So you're talking about the way he was talking to you, so-called weak gentlemen. Okay, cool. So you're trying to use the intimidation piece. Okay, my friend, that's not terrorism if there's no violence, unlawful use of violence connected with that, my friend. You cannot say somebody is a terrorist or using terrorism against the so-called family dynamic. Okay, cool. So Kevin Samuels is going to people's houses with guns and bombs strapped to his chest, talking about you're average at best. Your man is out here, got IEDs. You got no explosive, basically explosive underneath the ground, right? He got wire explosive underneath people's houses, talking about you're average at best on a scale of 1 to 10, and take out 7. What is your sexual marketplace? That's terror. That's a terrorist. That's what terrorists do, right? Huh? And the unlawful use of violence and intimidation. This is, once again, this is
terrorism,
terrorism. Terrorists come from terrorism. It's an ism. It does IST, ISM, same thing. Terror. Somebody's causing terror, my friend. So Kevin Samuels is out here causing terror. He's unlawfully using violence and intimidation against civilians in a pursuit of political aims. So what is Kevin Samuels' political aim for his terrorism against the so-called American black woman? What is Kevin Samuels' pursuit of political aims against the ABW? Right? Because terrorism is an unlawful use of violence and intimidation against civilians in a pursuit of political aim. So it's a political, terrorism has to do with political aim. So what is Kevin Samuels' political aim at the so-called African-American community? What is his political aim? How is Kevin Samuels using unlawful use of violence and intimidation against these civilian ABWs in a pursuit of political aim? What political aim, what political foothold was Kevin Samuels trying to put out there? What was he doing? See what I'm saying, gentlemen? People say stuff that you don't even know the words that's even coming out your mouth. Right? You say he's a terrorist, but here is
terrorism.
See, my friend, if you'd have looked at the word terrorism, then you could have seen what terrorism is, and what Kevin Samuels did has nothing to do with terrorism, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I might have spelled it wrong. Hey, here we go.
Terrorist.
Cool. Once again, those who saying, hold on. Those who saying,
well, 12, you looked up terrorism. Terrorism is different from terrorist.
Okay. All right, cool. For the people that's in the back, here's the word
terrorist,
terrorist. Once again, a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. This is what hold up, excuse me. This is what a
terrorist,
does. Same as terrorism. A person who uses, so the ism is I guess is the bigger, I guess it's the same thing. People create isms, right? So terrorists create terrorisms. They spread, it's like a ideology. You spread this unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. Come on, man. And this is a
terrorist,
terrorist. But Kevin Samuels was a terrorist. Once again, I'm not sitting here, God rest Kevin Samuels. His legacy, he established something that's gonna be forever stamped in history. What that man did for that amount of time, man, shoot, he came in, he did a Tupac. He came in for that short time, man. He turned the world upside down. He especially turned the community upside down. And he exited. Hey, job well done. You know, hate for that man to pass away. But listen, he left a mark on this world. He woke you gentlemen up. He got these women to sit there and confess what they thought about you over and over and over again. You can sit there and rewatch Kevin Samuels, all his videos, and these women are going to tell you to your face how they feel about you, especially you middle class men. All he did was ask a series of questions, and these women just blah. And now this man, this Yada awakening, he's mad because Kevin Samuel had the audacity to give you guys courage. Kevin Samuels was a terrorist. Kevin Samuels was a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against the ABW, in the pursuit of political aims. That's what Kevin Samuels was doing to the family, to the family dynamic. He was a terrorist. A person who uses unlawful violence. I've never heard of Kevin Samuels using violence. I really never heard him using unlawful violence. You talking about unlawful violence? Somebody who commits an unlawful crime, yeah, you weren't supposed to do that. You're not supposed to murder this person. You're not supposed to strike and beat up these people. Once again, I didn't see Kevin Samuels going to people's houses, shooting up people's houses. Once again, I never seen I never heard of Kevin Samuels taking taking a bomb strapped to his chest and going to these neighborhoods talking about you're average at best. I've never heard him do this. This is unlawful violence and intimidation. So how is he's terrorists use violence and intimidation to prove a point, to get a point across. It's like a bully. How was it's terrorist? It's like an extreme bully. I want things done my way, and if you don't do this, these are the actions we're going to take against civilian people. Believe me, I was in Iraq in 2004. I've been to Kuwait 3 times. I know what terrorists look like. Now, no disrespect to the people in Iraq. There's certain elements, certain groups of people that were committing these things. It wasn't everybody. It was just certain groups of people that were committing these terrorism or these terrorist acts. It is what it is. I'm not going to talk. That's a whole different. I can go into that, but I'll be going down another different rabbit hole. But this is what, once again, this is what
terrorist,
terrorists do. A person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. So being a terrorist has to do with politics. So Kevin Samuels telling you, man, about your worth, women are average, this, that, and the third. What political aim was Kevin Samuels getting at? What political aim was Kevin Samuels trying to get at? You guys need to look at words. You say stuff, but you don't know what you're really saying. Because once again, this is the word.
terrorist,
This is a terrorist. I've never heard of Kevin Samuels using unlawful violence and intimidation against the so-called ABW or the black community or the black community, whatever you want to call it, in a pursuit of political aim. I never heard Kevin Samuels doing this. And you, man, that listen to Mr. Kevin Samuels, you are already weak. Even though this man doesn't know you, but you're already weak. But you listen to him just made you weaker. This is what I'm saying, gentlemen. What are you going to do? Seriously, gentlemen, if you got men like him and Steve Harvey, all these men that's supposed to be making these millions of dollars, talking this nonsense, and you got jokers that's supposed to be the bottom of the shelf guys who got the same mindset as the guys that's supposed to be on the top, and you here in the middle, and you guys talking about value, worth, and you got these mama boys on the top, that's supposed to be over you and under you. That's a big pause. That's a big pause. But you guys know on the hierarchy, right? So the middle class guys, you guys are the meat. I told you guys all the time. You gentlemen in the middle class, you guys are the meat. Cool. You can have a sandwich, but what's the sandwich without the meat? You gentlemen, you middle class gentlemen are the meat. This is why everybody's listening to you, middle class gentlemen. They're watching you, and people are following your lead. This is what I'm saying, gentlemen. You got to make your choice today. What you going to do? But once again, this is
terrorist,
terrorist. Let's go back to this main screen. Yeah, gentlemen. You gentlemen going to have to decide, man, what you going to do? Because, gentlemen, it's clearly they're singling you out, you middle class brothers. Once again, this dude right, this Yada Awakening, YADA Awakening, is not talking about the so-called celebrities up there. He's not talking about the Jay-Z's and the LeBron James and all the other stuff. He's not talking about that. And he's sure enough not talking about no Pookie in there. Pookie and Ray Ray and Footlong Rodney and all them. He's not doing that. Right? All these men out here with 22 baby mamas with 50-something kids. 8 baby mamas with 15 different kids. He's not talking about them type of men. He's talking about you so-called middle-class men. You men that come out here, you go to work, you serve, you military, you're the bus driver, you're the mailman, you're the UPS guy, the FedEx guy, you're the police officer, the firefighter, the meat and potatoes of the meat and the potatoes of any society. Once again, these men got a problem with you, gentlemen, knowing your worth. You gentlemen are the meat and the potatoes of any society. The garbage man. Hell, if the garbage man don't pick up the garbage, this place is going to be filled with all types of rodents and stuff. Hell, I used to be an exterminator. Used to come to people's houses, spraying for bugs and stuff like that. So once again, how are these men weak? You're weak. You shouldn't be listening to Kevin Samuels. You're weak because Kevin Samuels is a terrorist. Kevin Samuels is a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation. Kevin Samuels uses unlawful violence and intimidation to do what? To get his political point across? What was Kevin Samuels' political point? Because that's part of terrorism is you have unlawful violence and intimidation against civilians for political aim. Unlawful violence and intimidation against civilians for political aim. So what was Kevin Samuels' political aim because he was using the violence and he was using intimidation against these civilian women to get what point across? Huh? Oh, he wasn't doing that. So once again, you're talking out of emotions. And this is why I tell you, gentlemen, especially 20 to 25% of you gentlemen that's moving around doing your own thing, that's separated from the community, you gentlemen gonna have to really decide what you're gonna do. Because you gentlemen gonna have to completely separate. Because if you got men who think just like this guy right here, and the Steve Harveys and the Derek Jacksons, and yeah, shout out to, I guess the Ace Metaphors and all this pandering all these gentlemen are doing. Once again, they're trying to put you middle class gentlemen. They trying to put you back in line again, right? They don't want you knowing your worth, right? In so many words, he did say he doesn't want you knowing your worth, but it didn't come out like that. But that's what he was implying, because this is what Kevin Samuels was doing for you gentlemen. You gentlemen had to know your worth. You gentlemen are the prize. Come on, gentlemen, you're not the prize. Gentlemen, are you not the? You gentlemen can't claim yourself to be the prize? I don't. Huh? Okay, cool. She's the prize. And gentlemen, who are you? Gentlemen, these people in your so-called community doesn't even want to know your worth. So, gentlemen, what in God's name are you to these people? What are you to these people, gentlemen? I keep telling you over and over again, gentlemen, if these people in your so-called community that look just like you don't even want you knowing your worth, what in God's name are you gentlemen supposed to be doing? Who are you supposed to be? What is your function? If you don't determine your function, who determines that, gentlemen? Who determines your function? Who determines your worth? I told you, gentlemen, there's a difference between value and worth. You determine your worth. Somebody else determines your value. I say all the time, gentlemen, that's how life works. You determine your worth, but somebody else or some other group of people determine your value. That's how it works. Everything has to get evaluated. You can, nobody evaluates themselves. You can evaluate yourself, but that means nothing to the next person. Right? Your worth comes from you, but the value is always going to come from somebody else. It is what it is. That's how life works. It's called appraisals, and you get your house appraised, you get your car appraised. Somebody, you trying to pawn something, it has to be whoever you're trying to pawn it to has to determine the value of what you're trying to pawn. It is what it is, gentlemen. But you determine your worth all day, every day. You determine your worth all day, every day. So yeah, gentlemen, don't stop listening to men that think like this. You Kevin Samuels, you already were weak. Excuse me, you already were weak. But Kevin Samuels, who's the terrorist, who unlawfully uses violence and intimidation against these ABW civilian women to get a political view across. That's what a terrorist does. But this man clearly hasn't looked up the word, but you said something because you're trying to get some type of clout. You're trying to be you're trying to be some type of Superman. You out here running your mouth, man, stay in your lane. Let's listen to this. Only 16 seconds. This is only 16 seconds. This clip is 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Let's keep listening.
Any man that convinces a man that he's the prize and the woman isn't is your enemy.
Gentlemen, see, you let these people in your community keep talking, the more and more you discover who your real enemy is. You let these people in your so-called community keep talking, you're going to discover who your real enemy is. And all this time pointing the finger at the white man, this white supremacy. But I don't hear Robert and Billy talking about this nonsense right here. Any man who tells you you're the prize is your enemy. Lord have mercy. Any man who tells you you're the prize is your enemy. Oh, my bad. I don't want to misconstrue his words. You're the prize. She is not. You're the enemy. But it was cool when these women were the prize and you weren't. That was okay. I'm the prize, I'm the table, I'm the prize, I'm the table, I'm the table, I'm the prize, I'm the prize, right? Dusty, bullet bags, Dusty, right? Because it was her to be the prize and you were nothing. That was okay. But now when it's reversed and you gentlemen are the prize and you're not giving that, you're not telling her she's the prize, you're the enemy. You're the enemy. She's the prize, you're not. That's cool. But when you're the prize and she's not, you're the enemy. Gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, gentlemen, you better start packing your bags, start making plans like right about now. You gentlemen don't have 10 years to really be pussyfooting around. You gentlemen got to make up your mind what it is you're trying to do. If you got a family with whoever, gentlemen, you need to start making plans like ASAP. Because you got men who think like this, gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a civil war in the community. It's going to be a civil war. It's going to get physical. Now it's all this yippity yap over the net, gentlemen. I'm telling you, it's sooner or later it's going to get physical because one of these women are going to put the dumbass battery pack in his back to try to go do something to one of y'all. I'm telling you right now. He don't even know his worth. Seems like to me, sir, you don't know your worth. You trying to convince me that I don't know mine, but you speaking like this, it doesn't seem like you know yours. How dare Kevin Samuels? So a man who's the prize, but you're not going to admit that she's the prize. You're the enemy. All right, let's keep going.
A good woman deserves everything on this earth and in the universe. She gives us
a good woman. See, my friend, you said a good woman. You didn't say a woman. You said a good woman. So, yeah, a good woman does deserve. Yeah, you're right. A good woman does deserve the world and all the good stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's arguing with that. But let's be frank. Let's be, let's put it, let's talk about that. The word good. Every female is not good. Just like every man is not good. Right? So yes, a good woman does deserve the world and protection and provision. Yes, a good woman does deserve that. But is everybody, especially in the community, good?
Oh no.
Nah. So once again, we make blanket statements about people you don't know about. Calling Kevin Samuels a terrorist, somebody who uses unlawful violence and intimidation to push an agenda against civilians to push an agenda. Kevin Samuels has never once used Kevin Samuels has never used any type of unlawful violence and intimidation. That's what terrorists do. But once again, you hear the feminine kind of out of them. This is why people all over the United States, when we see a lot of you brothers walking down the street, you guys are big softies, man. A lot of you gentlemen that speak like this is what people do. They laugh at you because you're a big softy. You speaking that rah, 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 and the black woman is God, blah, blah, blah. People laughing at you. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? Let's keep going.
children. She brings us peace, harmony, joy. She rubs our back. She turns our house into a home, our groceries into a meal. She nurtures our children. She nurtures us,
Okay.
even when we're in our ego and our pride.
Okay.
And you allow Kevin Samuels to ask you to ask your woman what she brings to the table? The woman is the table.
She's the table, gentlemen. Once again, here we go again. Here we go again. She's the table, and you're nothing. Because you're weak. Remember, you're weak. You were already weak before you listened to Kevin Samuels. And when you listen to Kevin Samuels, he just made you weaker. So you're supposed to bow down and kiss the toes of these women. Good God. Once again, who told you, gentlemen, that you were worth? See, gentlemen, once you know your worth, you can start putting up boundaries. You can start putting up, once you have worth comes with, once again, purpose. See, once you discover your purpose, then you discover your worth. Once you have a purpose, once you find out what you've been put here to do, and you chase after that, and you go after that, that's where worth and purpose go hand in hand. Then on top of that worth slash purpose goes your standard, your SOP, your standard of operations and procedures, your standard. So you got purpose slash worth. Then on top of that purpose slash worth, you have a standard. And on top of that standard, you have a vision. That's like a big eye. That's like a pillar. All Kevin Samuels did was he just reiterated what was already being said. It's not like he was saying stuff that wasn't already being said. It was already being said. Kevin Samuels was on the Black Manosphere, all these different channels with all these different guys talking about men empowerment and this, that, and the third. Kevin Samuels just reiterated it. He just put the so-called the red pill, the Black Manosphere, just on a higher platform. That's all he did. Kevin Samuels wasn't saying something that everybody else was saying the same thing. Hell, even Tommy Sotomayor was saying some of that the same stuff Kevin Samuels was saying. Way before Kevin Samuels came out, Tommy Sotomayor was saying these things years before. So, once again, I just don't get it, man. This is why I say, gentlemen, you're gonna have to, you gentlemen have to figure things out quick, fast, in a hurry. Because I'm telling you, gentlemen, coming out here, what's gonna piss these mama boys off is you gentlemen, you out here, you leading. Gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, you're going to shake the grounds of hell. I'm telling you, if these mama boys right here see you gentlemen out here leading, gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, listen, you gentlemen, you better put these up. You better grab it. You better train your wife and your kids how to do some martial arts, something, gentlemen. If these mama boys right here, these mama super simp guys right here, see you gentlemen actually leading, and you're leaving these group of people behind, gentlemen, you better prepare for a fight. You gentlemen better prepare for a fight. First is gonna be internet type stuff, but then these super simp mama boy Terminator dudes are gonna step to you. And you gentlemen better be ready to defend yourself. I'm gonna get my goons. For what? Because I'm out here living my life the way I wanted to live it. I'm doing the things that I need to do to better myself. I need to lead my family. I need to be a S-U-N, just like the sun in the cosmos. I'm the sun here on earth. I'm supposed to be leading. Not supposed to be a S-O-N. I'm not supposed to be somebody's child and somebody leads me all day. No, I'm a S-U-N. I'm supposed to be leading. I got the purpose, I got the standard, I got the vision. We rolling. I'm telling you, gentlemen, you gentlemen think I'm playing. She is the table. What kind of nonsense? Okay. So cool, gentlemen. So she is the table. You're a weak man. So what's the point of having this? What's the point of having this conversation? She's the table. I'm weak. I listen to Kevin Samuels, who's a terrorist, by the way, who made me weaker. I call myself the prize. I don't say that she's the prize, which makes me makes me an enemy. So I listen to Kevin Samuels, who's a terrorist. And I was already weak. When I listened to Kevin Samuels, it made me a weaker man. Now I'm turning to this female and I'm asking her, hey, what do you bring to the table? She is the table. She is the table. Okay, so if she is the table, then why would she need to be with a weak man? Huh? Just out here talking emotionally. If she's the table, if she's the corner piece and the rock and the stone and the pillar, this, that, and the third, why would she need me as a weak man, my friend? Why would she need me if she's the table? What's the Kanye song? What would I bring to the table when I am the table? Okay, cool. So what's the point of you saying anything about Kevin Samuels? If these women are the table, Kevin Samuels is talking to weak men. Because remember, he's a terrorist. So I guess he's giving terrorist, he's giving terrorist talking points, right? So he's telling men to go out here and use violence against these civilian women to get their political point across. Because this is what terrorists do. They use what it said. They use violence, uncalled violence, and they use intimidation against civilians to push a political aim. So this is what Kevin Samuels was teaching the rest of these weak men out here, right? Hey, you weak so-called African-American men, you guys need to use violence against the ABW to push your political point of view. That's what Kevin Samuels was doing. Silly, man. Silly. Stay in your lane, my friend. Stay in your lane. Keep making your elixirs, man. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Please do. Let's keep going.
But the majority of you men have nothing to place on that table. You
Majority of you men don't have anything to place on the table. See what I'm saying? You see, you hear these men talk, these super mama boys. Super mama boys. This is the emotion that comes out these men. Kevin Samuels is a terrorist against the so-called nuclear black family. He's a terrorist. Giving you weak men this weaker information to make you a weaker man. How dare you ask this female right here, what does she bring to the table when she is the table? And the mass majority are broke, busted, and disgusted and don't have anything to put on her. This is weird, bro. See what I'm saying? And these type of men get cheered on in the community. Making these dumb speeches. The majority of you men don't even have nothing to bring to her. Once again, gentlemen, she's the table. So you're supposed to be, whatever you have, you're supposed to bring to her. She's not supposed to give anything to you. You're supposed to bring everything to her. Man, shut the up. You're weak. You don't have anything. You're a weak man, and you listen to Kevin Samuels. He made you weak because he's a terrorist. He uses unlawful violence and intimidation against these women to push a political view. This is what the terrorist Kevin Samuels does. You shouldn't be asking her what she brings to the table because she is the table. Mass majority of you men are weak. And how dare you ask her what does she bring to you when you're supposed to be bringing everything to her? She is the table. But mass majority of you men don't have anything anyway. So I'm like, what? My friend, what the is the point of you making this video? You sound silly. Let's keep going because you just rambling.
You're mentally deficient, you're financially deficient, you're emotionally deficient, you're spiritually deficient, and your masculinity is deficient.
Once again, gentlemen, what is the point of him making this video if you weak men, you weak terrorist men that listen to Kevin Samuels, you're deficient, you're deficient, you're deficient, and lastly, your masculinity is deficient. She's the table. You were already weak, but now you listen to Kevin Samuels. Now you become weaker. So, gentlemen, what in God's name are you supposed to be doing right now? What are you supposed to be doing? Seriously, if you're a weak man, then you became weaker. Listen to the terrorist Kevin Samuels. You're deficient masculinity, emotionally, and your funds ain't right, and this, and you live in your mama's basement, you some type of incel. You got nothing going for yourself. Once again, he's supposed to be some type of top dog alpha. And once again, I don't know who put that title on him, but cool. That's bro. If you want to be some top dog, super alpha, knock yourself out. But you're talking to men that you don't know. And you got a problem with men having worth, men asking what do you bring to the table? You have a problem with that? So, gentlemen, let me ask you a question. He's saying that you asking your woman what she brings to the table makes you an enemy. So, what he's saying to you, that would make him your enemy? Uh-oh. So you having worth and asking this female what she brings to the table makes you an enemy. So what is he saying to you? You being weak and you being this, you're nothing, Dusty. What he's saying is basically Dusty, nothing. Bullet bags. Dusty. So you're saying Dusty without saying Dusty. So him saying all this stuff about you, gentlemen, does this make this man right here your enemy also? Huh? So him saying all this about deficient, you're not even man, you're weak, you're this, and you listen to the terrorist Kevin Samuels. So all this that he's saying to you should make him your enemy, right? Him and Steve Harvey's and the Derek Jacksons of the world, all these men who think like this, who think the woman is the table. Actually, hold up, okay. Let's rewind, hold a second. So men who think women are the table, gentlemen, are these men your enemy? You asking a female what she's bringing to you into your life, that makes you the enemy? How this woman is going to contribute to your life, because remember, you're operating in purpose, which is your worth. You have a standard and you have a vision on top of that. I'm already moving in a way that I'm supposed to be going. So me knowing this, me doing these things makes what? Am I an enemy to you because I'm not in this? It's just weird. So my purpose, standard, and vision for my life, it makes me an enemy to you? Then on top of that, I listen to Kevin Samuels, which makes me a terrorist just like Kevin Samuels. See, gentlemen, I'm saying this right now, gentlemen. It's you gentlemen gonna have to move forward and don't look back, because if this is the way right? Once again, as of 2023, this is what's being said today. These women not don't like you men knowing your worth. This is being said as of 2023. I played multiple clips of women talking about some they don't like you men knowing your worth as of 2023. So what you think is going to happen in 2033, gentlemen? How does come on, gentlemen? You got to think as of today. Like, what are you gentlemen going to do with yourself? You got super sip mama boys talking about you're an enemy because you think you're the prize and she's not. This is what he just said. You're the prize, she's not. How dare you be the prize and she's not? Which makes you the enemy. You being a prize and she not being a prize makes you an enemy. And you gentlemen think you about to, in 10 years, gentlemen, you think you about to be walking around with your head held high, this, that, and the third around these super simp type guys and these women. You gentlemen think things about to get better for you? Huh, gentlemen? You think it's gonna get better? You out here leading your family. Everybody's on your program. You found you know, if you want to marry a white woman or Latina, you know, you get you somebody from Africa, Panama, Brazil, Colombia, Dominican. Hell, you go over there to the Middle East. You get you I don't know, Indian woman. You get you a Arab woman. I got love for the East Africa woman. Something you gentlemen think you got you a woman that's on your program, and you gentlemen out here leading your family, and you possibly come together with other men who are leading. You gentlemen come together, and you guys out here making things happen. You think this right here is going to sit well with men who think like this? Men who think like this, gentlemen. How long do you think it's going to be before real fisticuffs going to get thrown? Because these matriarch women is going to put the battery pack in men who think just like this. And he's going to try to step to you. So you gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, I'm just saying, you gentlemen might want to pick up the pace and whatever you're trying to do. Because this right here, gentlemen, this is disturbing on so many different levels. This is why I say the middle class Superman versus everybody. You gentlemen, you got to recognize what time it is, gentlemen. You got to recognize what time it is. You got to get your wife and your kids. You got to get all you guys need to come together and do what you need to do. Separate yourself from the mediocrity and just create your own little community somewhere else. Because, gentlemen, I'm telling you this right now. You gentlemen are not going to walk around somebody's community with your so-called snow bunny wife, with your Latina wife, or your wife that don't come from the community, and you out here having a good time. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, it's not going to be good for you. I'm just saying. You might want to go to the local club, gentlemen. You're not going to walk in there with no amber, with men who think like this. Because this type of mindset probably came from the woman who raised them. You automatically weak. And the mass majority of you men don't have this, and you don't have this, and you don't have this. And she's already at the table. So how dare you ask her to bring something when she's already at the table? But you're already weak. You listen to Kevin Samuels, the terrorist, who made you even weaker. And you thinking you're the prize and she's not makes you an enemy also. Gentlemen, come on, man. Stop kidding yourselves. Stop pussyfooting around. As of 2023, you gentlemen need to make decisions as of today. Like, what are you going to do? Because, gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, in 2033, it's going to get really ugly. And in 10 years after that, it's going to be really ugly. And you gentlemen walking around talking about you got some worth, gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, this is what it's going to be. You gentlemen, you come outside, you got your head held high, gentlemen. I'm telling you, somebody that look just like you is going to try to come and...
Hold up, man. You know your worth, man? Huh? You walking around here like your don't stink, man? Hold up. Gentlemen, I'm sorry.
My bad, brothers. But yeah, John, this is what it's coming to. You knowing your worth, holding your head high, not taking the trash that people give to you, gentlemen, that's starting to become a serious problem.
Oh no!
You gentlemen walking around like you got places to be, people to talk to. You're not out here doing this super alpha foolishness, throwing up gang signs and all this dumb stuff. You gentlemen are getting to your business. You gentlemen are out here creating stuff. You gentlemen could be, you're being productive. Hell, the numbers even say that you guys are declining in your incarceration rates, which means you gentlemen are being productive. It means there's a shift that's going on. Instead of you gentlemen out here doing all this wild stuff, you gentlemen are being productive. You have purpose, which is the worth. You have a standard on top of that, and on top of that, you have a vision for your life, gentlemen. Why can't you be why can't you be you? It sounds like to me this man doesn't want you to be you. He doesn't want you to come back into your right mind. He wants you to run around. So baby mama culture is hot though, right? So men that don't want to participate in baby mama culture, they're the enemy. So men that don't want to participate in all this stuff that's going on in these neighborhoods every single day. Men that don't want to participate in that. Men who found their worth, who's separating from the mediocrity. Yes, they listen to Kevin Samuels, the so-called terrorist, who's actually uplifting men and uplifting women too. But nah, you a lot of you brothers haven't heard a man, especially a melanin, speak with authority like this. So you gentlemen don't know how to act. Especially a lot of you gentlemen that's been raised by the female. So Kevin Samuel speaking with authority, it did something to you. It rubbed me the wrong way. It did something to me. Made you mad? Kevin Samuels made you reflect on yourself? God rest the dead. That man's been gone for over a year now. You talking about Kevin Samuels is a terrorist, bro? Do you know that man and his family? Do you know that man and his family? Do you know the things that he's been through? Hell, he fought cancer. He beat cancer. This man, come on. This is what I'm saying, gentlemen. This is why you gentlemen gonna have to just listen, move forward and don't look back, man. Everybody's against you. The most haters that you're going to ever encounter in your life are going to look just like you. I say it all the time. Your first devil that you're ever going to face is going to look just like you. The first ones who are going to hate on you are going to look like you. The jealous and envious ones, the most jealous and envious people that you're ever going to meet are going to look just like you. The ones who are going to try to get you up out of here, like on some Jesus Christ type stuff, are going to look just like you. These women sat there, these women sat there and celebrated when Kevin Samuels died. I've heard it from these women in the community. Oh, I'm happy when he died. Really? You were happy when he died. See, this is what I'm saying, gentlemen. But you can't ask women who doesn't want to know your worth. You got women talking about they were happy when Kevin Samuels died. You can't ask these women what they bring to the table. How dare you ask that woman who doesn't want to know, who doesn't want you to know your worth, who's happy that Kevin Samuels died? You're not supposed to ask her what she's going to bring to you. Because once again, she's the table. Anyways, man. Let's finish listening to it because it's I could be here. Hey, I'm only a minute in. I still got a minute something left. Let's just run through it.
So if you want to pass like multiple failed marriages, leave in a world where your children don't even respect you.
Man, how do you know this, my friend? Now, once again, he's talking about Kevin Samuels. So multiple failed marriages and his children don't like him. Once again, this is you know Kevin Samuels personally? Kevin Samuels, like if you why would you, my friend? Why would you be speaking on a terrorist? Someone who uses unlawful violence and intimidation against the civilians to push an agenda, a political view. But you don't know this, man. Let's keep going.
Of course, follow him. But that man's ghost needs to be put in the grave where it belongs.
No, that's my friend. Here, let me help you out. You saying that man's ghost needs to be put in the grave. No, my friend. Let me enlighten you real quick. See, what Kevin Samuels did was leave a legacy. But see, you mama's boys are not used to that. You're not used to men that look just like you leaving a positive legacy. You're not used to that. You're used to the Steve Harveys. She is the table, blah, 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 blah. But you're not used to a Kevin Samuels. Why does the Kevin Samuels ghost need to stay with him? No, Kevin Samuels ghost is going to live on and forever. Kevin Samuels is a global man. I keep telling you, gentlemen, you are global. Once you take your mind off the community and focus on a damn planet, you gentlemen see there's a lot of things, a lot of options, a lot of things that can be opened up for you. This is what Kevin Samuels did. Kevin Samuels was a global man. Kevin Samuels had multiple platforms, multiple face groups that still running to this day. This man has left a legacy, my friend. His ghost is never going to die. Shout out to Big Bro Kevin Samuels. God rest the dead. This man's ghost is never going to die. See, that's how weak you have to be to talk about a dead man. So you have to be weak to talk about somebody who's deceased, because when he was alive, you wasn't saying none of this stuff. Now the man is deceased and been gone for over a year. Now you want his message and everything he stood for to go in the grave with him. No, my friend, just like your Martin Luther King, your Malcolm X. See, when somebody makes play what Kevin Samuels did, once again, he wasn't the first person to talk about the women and all the other stuff, average at best and all this stuff. He wasn't the first one to do this. But once again, he took it mainstream. He took something that was barbershop talk. He made it mainstream. Let's be honest. He made it mainstream. Everybody was talking about Kevin Samuels. Let's congratulate that man. Give the late Kevin Samuels a hand. Give the late Kevin Samuels, the terrorist, a hand. Give him a hand. Right? This is what legacy does. See, once you establish a legacy, my friend, your ghost never goes into the ground. The things that you have done never goes into the ground. See, but this is what a lot of these men in the community, this is what they're used to. Right? This is what a lot of these men in the community are used to. So you men come out here, you operate in your greatness, and they put you in the ground. And guess what? All your inventions and everything that you contributed to this world, guess what? Gets buried with you, because that's what the old way used to be. This is why all these men of old, generations before me, have died and been put into the ground. Everything that they've built was put into the ground right with them. This is why nobody knows anything about what these so-called, a lot of these African-American men have done. All these inventions that you guys use every single day. Because you know why? Just like this mama boy mindset right here, who wants Kevin Samuels' ghost to be put in the ground. Everything that Kevin Samuels talked about be put in the ground. Because this is what he's used to. Because this is what his mama taught him. So his mama taught him that all these men around you ain't worth nothing. Why would another man say that about another man? First, you called him a terrorist. Now you want that man's ghost. You want that man's legacy. Everything that man stood for to be put in the ground with him. And we're going to go right back to the default settings, the kiss the toes of these women. You think we're going back to that? Sir, you got us f***ed up. We're not going back to that. We're not ever going back to that. That's done. Them days is done. So if Kevin Samuels, listen, the coffin was already there, but Kevin Samuels was just icing on the cake. He opened up your brother's eyes. He got these women to say what they need to say over and over again. These all types of women, thousands of different women said what they had to say about you brothers. You brothers get it now, and now you're moving forward. This is why Passport Bros is off and rolling. Because before, when Kevin Samuels was living, nobody was talking about Passport Bros. Now all of a sudden, Kevin Samuels is gone. Now all of a sudden, everybody's focused on Passport Bros. Everybody's focused on Passport Bros. But nobody was talking about Passport Bros when Kevin Samuels was living. See? This parasitic type mindset. You jumped on Kevin Samuels, you attacked him. He's gone. Now you parasites trying to jump onto another host and try to attack that too. Bunch of mama's boys, man. Let's finish this up. I might get up out of here.
Because it's not beneficial to us as a whole. The woman needs to be uplifted. The woman needs to be loved. The woman needs to be nurtured, because that's what providers do until she's able to become whole herself. She's been broken. She doesn't trust us. She's been betrayed.
See? This is why people laugh. So you as a provider and protector man need to nurture. Because she's been broken. Okay, I've been broken too. Who's going to nurture me? Oh, but you're a man. You're not supposed to. Okay. All right, leave it to Beaver. 1960s. Okay, 1950s. Once again, Tarzan, right? See, this is what I'm saying, gentlemen. She needs to be nurtured. Once again, it's not up to me to nurture anybody. I have children. I'm gonna make sure they're good. But it's not up to me to nurture a grown woman. Plus, you women don't like to, you women don't want no man trying to nurture you. Huh, ladies? You want some man trying to nurture you? But see, this is, once again, this is a lot of his talking points come from a female point of view, because no man is going to say this. See, a man who's been raised by the woman is going to say something like this, but a man who's been raised by a man is not going to say no nonsense like this. A woman wants to be nurtured, bro? Really? Really? I'm supposed to be the nurturer. So what does providing have to do with nurturing? That's two different things. You want me to provide or want me to nurture? Hell, I mean, nurturing is what this is why you women have your have your breastises. Excuse me. Have your woman parts, right? Your woman parts, your woman jugs carry milk. That milk is supposed to do what? Nurture. Men, I don't believe we have milk within our nipples. So biologically, I cannot be a nurturer because in this vessel, my body doesn't allow me to nurture. See what I'm saying, gentlemen? See, when it comes to you being masculine, these mama boys that think just like him have a problem because you're supposed to be the woman. You're supposed to be the nurturer. You're supposed to be, this and all that and all this extra sensitivity, all this stuff. You're supposed to do that. Because remember, gentlemen, she is the table. So if she's the table, then gentlemen, you're just a bitch. You're supposed to do her job. She's the table. So she's the breadwinner. So now she's taking your job and you've taken her job. Just what he just said. My body does not allow me to nurture anybody. I can protect you and provide for you. If you consider that nurturing, so be it. But I cannot nurture. Do we need to look at the word nurture? And see what it says, what the word nurture means? See what I'm saying? I cannot biologically nurture anybody. That's not the way I'm designed. This body's not designed to nurture. You women are designed to nurture. This is why you're shaped the way you shape. This is why you have your private parts. We don't have the same, even though we have, yeah, I got nipples and you got nipples, you got breasts. I don't have breasts. This is why milk is in your breast, because you're the nurturer. You carry, your body produces the nurturing aspects to nurture a child. And that nurturing doesn't leave you. When that child is cool, that child grows up, you might not have milk in your breast anymore, but that's part of your nature is nurture. People say nature versus nurture. No, dummies. A nurturing woman, that is her nature. It's not nature versus nurture. No, nature is nurture, dummies. People don't understand this. Nature is nurture. The purpose of nature is to nurture you. This is when you go outside and you got these different trees with fruits on them. Them fruits are supposed to do what? They're supposed to nurture you. Nature is nurture. If you're dealing with a woman who's not nurturing, then I don't know what to tell you. A nurturer today is going to be a nurturer tomorrow. It's going to be a nurturer 30 years from now. There is no I turn on and off this nurturing aspect of me. That doesn't happen. Nurture today is going to be a nurturer tomorrow. It's going to be a nurturer next week, and 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're going to be the same nurturer you were today. That is your nature. Nature is nurture. It's not verses. Where people get this verses nonsense from. When I go outside and there's an apple tree, that apple tree produces apples, and the apples are supposed to do what to my body? It's supposed to nurture me. Nature is nurture. I don't go outside. Okay, check this out, because this is dummy talk, right? I don't go outside to an apple tree and pick fried chicken. Fried chicken does not nurture you. Actually, it tastes good, but actually it destroys you. There is no fried chicken tree. There is no macaroni and cheese tree. There's no ham hocks tree. Of course, there's collard greens and stuff like that, and broccoli and whatever. Macaroni and cheese tree. No, that's not what nature does. If nature wanted you to eat fried chicken, there'd be fried chicken trees right outside your door. But obviously, nature doesn't want you to eat that fried chicken. But that's a whole different story that y'all not ready for. Nature is nurture. Nature, she's going to give you, Mother Earth, nature is going to give you the foods that you need to eat so you can be nurtured. I'll say it again. There is no such thing as no fried chicken tree. If fried chicken was a nurturing food, then it'd be grown all over the place. But when you go out to nature, nature gives you the food so you can eat it, so it can nurture your body. Anyways, man. That's my show. I'll be here for another 2 more hours. Anyways, man. Appreciate everybody. Yeah, gentlemen. It's middle class. Middle class brothers versus everybody. You gentlemen are going to have to figure out what you gentlemen are going to do. Like ASAP, like as of today. You need to, if you're watching this video, share this to your buddies, because if you got men and you got women in your so-called community that think like this, gentlemen, your time is of being comfortable around these type of caveman type people, gentlemen. That time is of you being around them, being comfortable, is that time is running out. Because I'm telling you this right now, this is if Kevin Samuels has been gone for over a year. This man just said, why can't you just leave Kevin Samuels' ghost in the ground with Kevin Samuels? So this man just told you right now, why can't you just leave the talking points of Kevin Samuels alone? Kevin Samuels is gone. Why do you keep pushing his methods? His methods are being pushed. Why are you gentlemen talking about worth? Kevin Samuels is in the ground. So since Kevin Samuels is in the ground, everything that Kevin Samuels talked about is supposed to be in the ground. See? These people telling themselves. Just like the man before you. See, all the man before you, all that hard work they did, guess what? That stuff was put into the ground. Your granddaddy stuff was put into the ground. Your great granddaddy. That's why nobody talks about great granddaddy and all of them, because all his stuff that he built, just like this young man just said, their ghost and their legacy was put in the ground right with them. This is why nobody talks about your granddaddy or your great granddaddy or your great great or your great great great, because everything they built was put into the ground. But not Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, you guys keep reiterating the things that he's saying. This is what making these super simp mama boys mad. These super simp mama boys mad. Because Kevin Samuels' legacy is going to be, listen, a lot of brothers are taking those talking points and they're building on top of that. That's done. All this super simp, women at the table, kiss the feet of these women and all that, man, them days are over. This is a new paradigm. Get used to it. Get used to it. I'm going to lead. Get used to it. I'm going to have standards. Get used to it. I'm going to operate in purpose. Get used to it. I'm going to have a vision for my life and for my family and for my community that I create. Get used to it. Get used to it, young man. This is what it is. This is what reality is now. We're not going back to the 60s. We're not going back to the 50s, the 40s. We're not going back to the 70s and 80s. This is 2023. This is what it is. Men know their worth now. Get used to it. So you might start seeing a lot of single women out here because brothers ain't dealing with this nonsense. Get used to it. Brother says he's not dealing with this crap. He ain't gonna deal with this. Or she out here acting flaky. X, Y, and Z. Cool. That brother can not deal with her and deal with somebody else. Man, get used to it. Brothers got options now. Get used to it. Brothers speaking with authority. Get used to it. Brothers who ain't led by their penis. Get used to it. Once again, you super sucker simp mamas boys, you guys need to get used to so-called middle class men, especially the middle class men, rising up to the top now. Brothers out here leading like they're supposed to. Get used to it. We're not going back. Once again, Kevin Samuels' ghost is never going into the grave. Kevin Samuels' word has been etched into a lot of men's heart, not only here in the United States, but all over the world. His word's been etched into men's hearts all over the world. So no, my friend, Kevin Samuels' ghost will not be buried with him. His legacy will not be buried with him. His words will forever reign forever and ever. And you sucker simp and you Steve Harvey's and the Boyce Watkins and all you guys are going to sit there and cry like you always been doing. This is the new paradigm. Get used to it. It is what it is. Men have spoken. Men are moving forward. That's what it is. If you got a problem with it, deal with it. Don't come to me with it. Don't come to these men with it. If you want to be super simp sucker, mama's boy, whatever, man, knock yourself out, sir. Man and weak, and you're deficient and you don't have this, your masculinity, you don't have nothing, she's the table, and how dare you say you're the prize and she's not the prize, that means you're the enemy, and you listen to this terrorist guy over here. Come on, man, I'm done, gentlemen. You gentlemen stay up. Anyways, man, come by, please. Here's my website, got merchandise, put some new stuff out there. I finally put some new stuff. Put some new designs out there, man. You guys come by, show me some love. Also, you guys see the PayPal, Cash App. Please scroll. I'll have it in the description. Come by. Please donate to my Cash App and PayPal. Also, man, subscribe, please. Like, share, subscribe. Share this to your buddies and friends. Share this to your buddies and friends. Like I said, the young man, I put him in there. Why a Mr. Yada Awakening? YADA Awakening. Right, I might put it up there. Well, that's his video. I just want to share a sound bite. I don't want to steal somebody's work or something like that. But I'm just playing a sound bite. You know, you guys show him some love, man. Anyways, man, that's my time. You guys stay up. Peace.